FIGGIE Fiends Collectors, this is me, Daniel East 1000, back again with another Star Wars The Black Series figure review. Today we're going to be having a look at the Heavy Infantry Mandalorian from The Mandalorian. First, as per usual, we're going to take a quick look at the packaging, then the figure itself. As we can see here, it's in the slightly bigger box compared to the other standard Black Series figure. Just because this is a big figure, that's really not just due to the figure itself, it's the actual accessory it comes with, so we'll see that when we get into the review. Here we have the packaging though. You've got some lovely artwork by Gregory Titus there, name of the character, Star Wars Black Series text above the box. You've got a nice bubble so you can see everything in the packaging as to what you're going to be getting. On the side you've got Heavy Infantry Mandalorian, and on the other side you've got the same. This is number D2 just because this is the second big figure they've done. The first one was General Grievous. On the back you've got a bio on the character, which I will put in the description below, as well as some nice art by Gregory Titus. Ton of legal garb at the bottom there. And that's the packaging pretty much out of the way and done with. Onto the figure itself, and obviously from first glance this is a pretty hefty, heavy duty figure. Really nice. Probably one of my favourites from the Black Series. It's really cool to be getting some Mandalorian troopers, and I really hope Hasbro continues that, particularly with the Mandalorian TV series and Clone Wars. There's some really cool armours in both shows, of which I'd really love to see get immortalised in plastic. So when they revealed this, after pretty much the episode that he appeared in came out, I was absolutely over the moon, because the episode that he appears in, he is a bit of a badass. Even though he doesn't really say or do much. Yeah, I hope we see a bit more of him in season 2 of The Mandalorian. So I'll just give you a bit of a closer look at him. He's got some nice blue armour, cool helmet design as well, and obviously a very big gun. I'd like to say he's maybe overcompensating for something. Yeah, this guy's ready to bring the heavy firepower. Just super cool. You've got Mythsaur skull on his shoulder there. Just some really cool colours going on with this guy. It's not a colour scheme of yellow and blue that you would think would go together, but it kind of actually works. I really do like. Almost like the Mandalorian, his armour does look a little bit cobbled together, more so in the colour scheme, which is kind of a nice touch given the state of what the Mandalorians are at this period of time. But yeah, this guy is super cool. If I just move the weapon out of the way, you can see that on his belt you've got some pouches and stuff as well, which have some nice paint application on them. His arm looks a little bit dented and beaten up as well. A very kitted out soldier, that's for sure. Although in terms of accessories it doesn't really show, to be fair. The only thing that he really comes with is this jetpack and gun combo, which you can take off, and they are loose in the packaging. So this is all one piece. There is actually some articulation on some of these components. So the actual handle up here, you can fold that in if you so wish. There's also a peg on the gun which you can have clipped or pegged into the jetpack as well, which is very nice. And just to get that into that pose, the gun has some posability, so there's a swivel there. There's also a bit of a bend, although I wouldn't do it too much just because it does feel like fragile, bendy plastic. But it has some give, so you can get some movement out of that if you need it when you're posing your figure. So I just pop that in there. Then there's this component here which just plugs into the Heavy Infantry Mandalorian's gauntlet, so it's really easy to put together. Obviously that's the only accessory it comes with. Something that I would have liked to have seen, although it's a very minor request, something I would have liked to have seen them include would have been the vibro blade, which I seem to recall him using, but that's nothing to really mark this figure down on, to be honest, because it is such a minor little accessory, and this thing more than makes up for it. If I just plug this back onto the figure itself again, I've got to get me one of those. You can kind of put him in the salute as well when he's flying in the air, which is pretty cool. minor spoiler to the ending of that episode. There's plenty of articulation with him. He's got a ball jointed head with a ball hinge, ball joint in the neck as well. He's got butterfly joints in the shoulders, which is always a winner for me. Ball hinge shoulders, although they are a little bit limited due to the shoulder pads, but they are quite rubbery, so you can pose them a little bit more. Ball jointed elbows, a swivel at the top of the forearm, ball hinged wrists, ball hinged torso, ball jointed hips, swivel at the top of the thigh, double hinged knees, and ball hinged ankles with a rocker joint. So you can get this guy into plenty of poses, which is more than ideal for him wielding this hefty blaster. Like I said, I really do hope we see more of this guy in the show, but it's super cool that we got immortalised in figure. Although some may probably be wondering, if this guy who only appeared in like one episode can get a figure made, why can't we get Quill? Nonetheless though, I highly recommend it. If you are a fan of The Mandalorian, this is one that you would probably really want to have, as minor as it may be. I don't know if he was actually played physically, but I do at least know he was voiced by Jon Favreau, who is the main showrunner of The Mandalorian, so that's also an additional reason why you probably want it. Or really you should just want it because it's a nice chunky Mandalorian figure, and as I said, we can't have enough Mandalorians. Please Hasbro, just make more. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and this is me, Daniel East 1000, signing out, and thank you very much for watching.